You sound sexy. Don't worry about it.
Here we are. Record.
I am actually using a headset that I don't use for this, but I figure, why not? It seems like a decent headset. God knows I paid enough for it, so it can actually get some use.
You sound fine.
Excuse me while I eat in your ear.
Yeah.
God, what a fucking day. Oh my god. That's all I have to say. Really.
It's actually kind of funny. My wife and I have this ongoing, joke parody of Linda Tripp. Because apparently while Linda Tripp was talking to Monica Lewinsky about Bill Clinton, Linda Tripp would regularly, in these tapes that she was making, because she's a terrible person, she actually, would eat on the phone. Be like, oh, Monica. Oh, that sounds terrible. Oh, yeah. Oh, why are you telling me this? This is really disturbing.
Now,
that is very awesome.
All I have is jengaship.
He might be either as jengaship or JG Edithel.
Alright, do you see him?
I don't see him. Actually, I don't think JG Edithel is on my friends list, because I'm usually signed in as jengaship.
Yeah,
so it's on that's friend.
Yeah, jengaship isn't on mine. I know that much.
Alright.
Hey, Toku.
Toku.
Baby today.
Okay, so let me tell you guys about my day. Okay.
Woo.
Where I work, we're having the back to school shit. So you have this for $1, and if you buy so many of this, you get this for a penny. Then you get the fucking nickel and dimers that want you to hold their hand through their entire sale.
Oh, I love those people.
What does that mean?
There's ways to fuck something.
Wait a minute, did that mean for $1? Oh wait, no, that's not $5. That's $3. Yeah, I was I wanted to leap over the counter and just strangle 5 customers. And they had basket full of stuff, and it's whatever.
Well, it's if you have that much stuff, why nitpick? It takes longer. It's a waste of your time. Just pay for it. It's God.
Yeah, doubling up the waste of time that you're going to use to pay. You can just pay for it and walk the fuck out. Instead, they're going to whine about it and make you waste an extra 30 minutes on that one stupid customer. And everybody else has to wait for that one asshole.
Then, of course,
when that happens.
We close at 9. Then there's the wave of assholes that have to come in at 8:50.
Oh, my God.
I looked at my assistant manager. I'm like, just shut the fucking doors. Flip them off and say, sorry, I'll for 10 more minutes. He's like, I can't do that. Can I do it? Because I'll go over there and do it. No
I'll go out there and fuck them up.
Fuck all of you people. Go home. Go watch your whatever you watch on a Thursday night.
Just be like, punch, get out.
So, the job I have right now, I help a certain people who have bought a certain warranty for a certain computer product, right? And in our group, you can get skilled to help people who have different operating systems and stuff. And from what I understand, it's not even like a pay raise. It's, hey, you have the ability to help these people. Well, the people who do that are all complaining about the people that they help, because they're all Linux people, and they have all these different flavors of Linux, like Red Hat, Ubuntu, sometimes CentOS, or sometimes even some weird homebrew of Linux, and they are all so fucking entitled. Oh no, you're going to send me parts because I'm this genius who came up with my own version of Linux. Fuck my warranty. Fuck you. Send me stuff without me actually doing anything. And we're like, no. And so it's just it sounds really, really hard. People are just constantly complaining at you. And I haven't heard a good thing about this job, about that particular part of this job from anyone who actually does it. So I'm like, fuck that. I'm going to stay in my nice little, I'm going to talk to professionals who actually read their warranty and know what's going on. So fuck all y'all.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So wait, can I ask who's in here at this moment? Because I can't see the log of everybody.
We have Chad, we have Shawn, we have you, me, Ryan, and Jonathan.
Woo. Oh, hey, John.
Okay, Jonathan, what? let you.
Roadblock.
I said, hey,
Right,
Jonathan.
right,
That's
okay.
Hey.
Because that's the thing, like,
I mean,
that's the thing, like, meeting all these people.
Woo, there's Jack.
Oh, there's jengaship. It's like, that's the thing, like, meeting all these people that go by their, like, RT names or whatever like that. Like, it gets weird when I realize, like, when I start talking to them, like, their real names, it, like, gets awkward because I don't know their real names. I just know their, like, internet names.
Really?
It's weird.
I think
I know how you feel, bro.
Like, some people it's easier and some people it's not.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
people I've known for a long time, like, if you're in my phone, generally I know what your real name is. And otherwise, like, if I've met you a few times,
Is
like...
Jack with us?
Hey.
There he is.
Hey!
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, continue what you're saying, Shawn.
Oh, well, I was just going to say, it gets easier as you get to know people. But yeah, meeting for the first time, if their name isn't their username, yeah, it can be a little weird. Like, people have asked me, are you going to change yours to Jonathan? I'm like, probably not. I like my name. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. Like, a lot of people were changing their names to their actual names on RT at one point. Where, like, Gus didn't give a shit. He was just saying, okay, you're asking me, I'll do it. And people kept saying, aren't you going to change your name? I'm like, no, I like Toku. Toku is how I'm known, and Toku is a great handle. I like to keep Toku.
As well as for people to get to know you, it's really easy to remember your name. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, for someone with, like, a more general name, like Jonathan, I mean, like, that's... I didn't
There's, like,
like
100 of
immediately
those.
recognize it because it's such a common name. Mac, it's like, how many Macs do I know? You know.
Especially ones with a K instead of a C.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to get... Mac, speaking of which, I'm going to get to see you in, like, 3 weeks.
Like,
Or so.
just the K.
You have to excuse Mac. He's on his phone, so he kind of fades in and out.
You haven't
Yeah,
fixed your
I'm
internet
actually,
yet?
you get 3 weeks, about 21 days, depending on when you jump in. Was I phasing? I don't have internet. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
he's fading in and out, so you kind of have to excuse
Hear me?
Mac.
Oh, come on.
All right. I'm almost
All
done eating
Can
dinner.
you feel
then we
me?
can start.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Okay. Well, yeah, for me, TO is going to start as of the 31st of July, because that's when spam's coming in, and that's when we've booked our room. And Linkson, who's also staying in our room, is also going to be there. So we're just waiting for everybody else to show up. Apparently, Crazy Boy, Cliff, Jeff, and a bunch of other guys coming on the bus from Buffalo are coming up on the 1st, and then the 2nd is when I know everybody else is showing up around that day. So I'm not sure what date you're coming in.
I am coming in on the 2nd, but I'm coming in like super late, so I'll be like, my plan is to grab a cab to the to one of the stations that's closest to the airport, and then just ride the subway in, because I fucking love riding the subway in Toronto.
Well, then you might as well just take the 182 airport bus to Kipling Station, because that one takes like literally 5-10 minutes, and it's $3 as opposed to you're gonna pay for a taxi cab to get from there to where you want to go, to the station.
I've ridden the bus. I wasn't enamored, so I'll just take the cab.
Oh well, all right. I'm just saying it's a lot easier because it literally stops at Kipling Station, and then you walk into the station.
I've taken that bus before. I've just like I said,
subways
are romantic.
Yeah, for the most part, screw buses. Is basically what you're trying to say, except you're doing it nicely.
That's how I'm getting crazy about downtown. Hey, well, I use public transit here all the time, and I know it like the back of my hand, so I guess it's too easy for me.
I won't say nice. His buses suck.
Exactly.
They smell like other people's pee.
But the thing is, I'm surprised about this bus above all other buses. It literally takes you 10 minutes to get from the airport to the station and back.
If only you could get rid of the stank that fast.
I've never had that issue. I mean, I've actually gone to the airport on that bus.
Get a car, you poor person.
An interview. It never smelled bad. I guess I'm just lucky.
To be fair, I don't think I've had a bad experience on that bus, and I've been on that bus before, like at butt o'clock, and it's not so bad. I don't want to have to wait around for a bus. I want to get to town as quickly as possible, so I'll just go outside, hail a cab, and say Kipling Station, and just get down there. And then I get to oh, hey, I'm in Toronto because I'm on the subway and it's awesome. Yay.
You know what I find funny? You actually get a better rate for the limo taxi cabs than you do for the regular taxi cabs.
Oh, really?
This works. This is just the most. Yeah, because it's like a flat rate to drive you around. It's like what, $21? I'll drive you around all town all day.
Huh.
Or if you take the taxi cabs, $4 start charge, and then you get charged by like every like that's like and it can just build up really quickly.
Yeah, like a robot again.
Okay,
That's
enough distracting
the
talk
fastest I've eaten
about
dinner in my life.
airports and whatnot.
Just fun hearing a robot talk about it, that's all. I didn't think robots needed airports.
All right, officially tonight only, we are going to be the late night BrunoBlargg Jenga Jam.
Mine was better.
Okay.
Say that 3 times fast. Go ahead. Go.
Never. I refuse.
You could do the American thing and just
Again?
have acronyms, you know.
There you go.
Can we just-
Acronym, let's see
Can I hear it one
here,
more
it would
time?
be...
Late night thingy, Jenga Jam podcast, something or other. I don't even remember.
Or,
it.
The
Or-
late night
or just BBJJ.
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 That sounds
Double
like something you
B,
should ask.
Actor J.
That word.
Because just a single
sounds like
J just
something you
wasn't
should
quite
ask.
enough.
Just to
It-
confuse the hell out of people, we should have Roadblock do the, this is the late night Jenga Jam, just to screw with people.
How about I say, this is the BrunoBlargg. Fuck.
Fuck it.
You know what? It's
That's
also
a crazy
kind of appropriate because when we first started the show, like we usually do it on Thursday nights actually.
Mhm.
Before we were on Tuesdays, we were on Thursdays at 10:30. So it's a little bit of a homecoming for us.
Oh.
Look at that.
No, a homecoming for you. I've always been on Tuesday.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're kind of a noob.
Yeah. I'm the newest. I'm the new guy.
The only one missing is Obo. Too bad she's
Hell, she's missing from our show half the time, so.
Not surprising.
Grr.
She is a busy professional musician, so we can't really hold her back from, pursuing her dream.
Very
The hell
true.
we can't. You know how the money.
Holding back Jeff.
Alright, so it's now 10 p.m., 10 a.m. I'm in another,
I know it's 30 p.m.
yeah, so it's now 10 p.m., so I guess we're officially taping now, so I don't know if you want to go through
Yay.
this is
Does
the
somebody want to go
BrunoBlargg
through an
thing,
official
whatever,
intro?
You know what it is.
Or you could just not
Yeah.
care and be like, meh.
Come on.
What?
Roadblock.
It's
It's an intro.
It's late night
BrunoBlargg.
BrunoBlargg with your hosts Jay and Ryan and Mac, Man of Chance and Chad, featuring this week in Late Night Jenga Jam with Jengaship and Roadblock. And here's your host Jay.
That was fucking
Someone
awesome.
insulted since you didn't know my
Yes.
name.
That is your
Words on
name, though.
monitors.
That is your name, though.
First of all, I have to say, I think, you, Roadblock, and Jack, you guys gave me, like, my giggle of the day, is I was watching the TV, and I was looking over, I'm running scripts for our web series, and I was kind of listening, and I heard, hi, Jay, and I was like, no.
He asked me to say hi, so I said hi.
I know. I was like, oh, holy crap. And I was like, had my little girly giggle moment. I was like, that's funny.
You know, when I heard about that from Jay, I'm like, did he give me a hello? She's like, no. I'm like, oh, well.
Well, you didn't ask for one, Mac. I would have
I-
totally given you a shout out.
I can't get onto Twitch TV. It's a flash site. It's
All he has is his iPhone. That's his internet.
That's my internet connection.
I think the funniest thing I heard watching the panels, it was the second Rooster Teeth panel, and Bernie was talking about something, and he said just out of the blue, I sucked Joel's dick, and that was the origin of the spit cup.
Okay.
What?
And yeah, if you watch the second Rooster Teeth panel, and all you see is Joel look at Bernie, and Bernie look at Joel, and that's when Bernie realized that not only did he realize they're on Twitch TV, but he said he realized his children were watching at home.
Wow.
It was funny.
That's awesome.
Fellatio, hilarious.
I was like, Yeah, but congratulations to you guys. That was like awesome. But what
it's better that. Yeah, it's better though to learn it there rather than learning about it on the street.
I love watching the
On
audience.
streets. Learn about it on the hard streets.
I want to argue that point.
I don't know what was going on in the room, but it's like people were like prairie dogs. Something would happen, everyone would turn around and go, huh? And look at the back of the room. I was sitting here laughing my ass off watching this. It's like a herd of gazelles trying to avoid a predator. You know, they're like, huh, what? I don't know if people were sticking their head in the door, or if the door kept opening while you guys were doing your panel. But everybody kind of suddenly turned around and looked. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
It's pretty great.
But your panel was awesome.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I totally think that you learned it from somewhere else. Because anyone ever asks them, where'd you learn that from? They're like, my daddy. Yeah.
That reminds me of like an 80s anti-drug commercial where this dad finds drugs in his kid's room. He's like, where'd you learn to do this? And then finally the kid's like, I learned it from watching you, Dad. I learned it from watching you. Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs.
That's what's funny. Like, if it was Jeff that did what Bernie did, and it was like Millie watching, she'd be like, yeah, that's him.
Yeah, that's my dad.
Daddy
like,
sucks
yep.
cock.
And be like, yep, that's Jeff.
That's Jeff. That's my daddy.
And while we have Jack here,
Hello.
for our audience, go ahead, tell about RT.
Oh gosh. All right. RT Philly is a creative community expo I set up, just a sort of gathering for people who are doing creative things like podcasts like you and me, or like web series or web comics or music or just anything really that they're putting out there. We give them a platform to sort of talk about what they're doing and, answer questions about sort of enhance the environment. And if they're making stuff, we have vendor spaces so they can actually sell their stuff, talk about their businesses, and, sort of get exposure in sort of a small, like, con kind of happens Saturday, September 22nd in beautiful downtown Philadelphia, my hometown. And anyone who's everyone who should be there.
Or if you want to quote yourself.
Chili Philly.
Yeah.
I'm known as everyone, so that means I'm totally going to be there, right?
Yay!
I'm actually, Jack, I will tell you this now. I should probably tell you this privately, but why the hell not? I'll share with our friends here. I'm totally working on a short film that I was going to submit to RT Philly, and my actor backed out.
No!
The thing is, I needed someone who could. I needed two things from an actor. I needed anger, and I needed the ability to convincingly seem like they were decent at golf. And this guy had it both. He can't actually do backflips because he's got a terrible, terrible back. Oh, but he can swing a golf club really good, and he does angry really, really well. And I'm like, okay, so we're gonna do this. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, you fuck. So I have a script.
I'm already envisioning this short. It's gonna be like one of those pre-rolls before a Pixar movie. That sounds amazing.
It actually, it was.
I'm having the whole thing go through my head, and I'm like, yes.
It was going to be something, hopefully kind of classic. There wasn't going to be any dialogue, so it was going to be very much like a Pixar short. But I just need to, I need to figure it out. I need to either have myself act in it, which I kind of don't want to do again, but I'll do it, or find someone else who can swing a golf club. And the other person NBA. Well, actually, I do know someone else who could fit the bill. I'm pretty sure he won't do it, but I'll ask. We're supposed to go to the driving range on Saturday, so I'll bring it up.
Awesome.
Thanks for the update.
Thanks for the update of shit you're not getting at RT Philly from me.
No.
It's disappointing because it was so much fun last year.
Yeah, no, isn't it cool to get instant recognition as a person who is a presenter at RT Philly, effectively, ostensibly? Isn't it cool to get that instant feedback from people like in a real time environment?
Oh yeah, I mean, like the first time that ever happened was when I showed my video that I had done for a project called Awesome on Its Own, and I showed it at RVBTO 2010.
That was you that year?
That was me that year. That was the telephone video. And so I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm like freaking out because I'm like, I want them to like it. If they don't like it, that means they hate me, and it's going to be terrible. And oh my god, I'm just gonna go back to America now. And the response that we got was really, really positive. I mean, I was just about driven to tears. And what was funny was I had a little post-credit scene, and people were up and applauding and so on. I'm like, whoa. You have to know, you never leave before the credits. And so we had the little post-credits. Love that. And I got to tell the little story about that too. So that was a lot of fun. And it was a much more visceral experience at RT Philly because it was completely stuff that I had done myself. So it was even more thrilling. And Jack, I don't know if I can thank you enough for letting me show my stuff there and basically be an ass.
But yeah, getting recognition for your work is always super gratifying, whether it's positive or negative, because you realize that people are actually like spending time to sit down and look at what you're doing. I mean, and especially at a live thing like that where, there are, tons of people checking this out, and immediately you get responses from lots of people as to whether it's good or not, but you realize it's out there and people know about it. Like, it's not, just a little thing you're doing in your backyard that no one will ever see. It's that point where you realize that you're recognized as someone who does things.
Yeah, I mean, it was before I had been, he kind of does videos and, he's helped out with Awesome on its own. But then it's like, I have shown things at a film festival essentially. And I can actually say that that's happened, and I had really positive feedback. So I going forward, it's been really, really cool. There are some things that we want to do on Jenga Jam as far as little shorts, basically promos for the show, but sort of in the vein of the This Is Sports Center commercials, where they're essentially little 30-second short films, which I love. I love that commercial series, and I really want to do something similar. It's just it's hard to write those because we're holding ourselves to an extremely high standard. So I've come up with some ideas, but I've gone back and be like, man, this is terrible. It's too convoluted, and trying to write something that's simple and funny is really, really hard.
Matt, Brian, and I had a great conversation a couple of days ago, guys. We were talking about cake-flavored vodka.
I brought up this conversation.
Yes. We were discussing how cake-flavored vodka is born.
I've had that. It actually tastes like birthday cake.
Yes.
Does it really?
Yeah, it does. I told you this.
Yeah,
I just thought you were lying.
Oh, you guys think, because of
what they do is they put a certain amount of cake in a very large thing of normal vodka, and then they wait until it dissolves a bit, like the cake kind of dissolves a little, and then they throw it in like a big mixer and like mix it all up for a few hours until it like dissolves and becomes a part of everything, and they're like, hey, this is delicious.
I like Brian's story better.
Let's sell it. Okay, go ahead.
Was better.
Is Ryan still with us? Ryan?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I don't know.
Okay, because it's kind of weird.
No,
tell us your version of the cake origin.
Cake-flavored vodka is born. What else do you remember?
What? I don't remember this. What did I say?
The mommy cake, daddy cake get drunk?
Oh.
Wow.
The daddy cake, the daddy cake and the mommy cake get together. They get this bottle of vodka, and the daddy cake gets the mommy cake pretty drunk, then bangs her, and then cake vodka is born from that.
Don't forget about the calling of indecent
Mine was
names.
better. Mine involved a bottle of vodka and a mommy cake. I think mine was better.
Wow.
I feel like that would make more sense because it'd be a little weird out if there were two cakes and then they make like a liquid child.
See, that's what I thought. Daddy vodka and mommy cake together had a little boop-a-doop-a-doop. And then 9 months later, cake vodka has been born.
Hey, albinos exist, don't they?
Wow. You're correct.
There's a difference between being a different color and being a different state of matter.
Who are we to judge? You know, if mommy cake and daddy cake made it, who are we to judge their love?
Daddy vodka is also involved, but that's a little.
It's a matter of science.
Hey, everybody's seen X-Men. Everybody knows that's wrong. Don't judge.
Everyone who's seen what?
X-Men?
Yeah.
You don't judge. Or if you do, you better make sure you have crazy magnetic powers.
Or super regenerative powers, and also like metal claws that come out of your fist.
Yeah, but he don't judge.
You know what I woke up to? I didn't have to be at work till 1 today.
Grrr.
So I'm trying to sleep, and at 3:30 in the morning, what do I get woken up to? And it's like a baby crying. You can't help but get up. Is the sound of Bruno.
Oh
with
god.
the cat cough thing.
You know what? I fear that for when we have to that I have to deal with being woken up in the middle of the night by Bruno.
And you panic because I don't know where he is in the house or where he's doing this, and you don't want to rush to the house because you don't want to step in it. So you're like going through the house like a ninja because you don't want to step in it. And Bruno's actually right here right now.
Hey, make Bruno talk.
You just said you don't want to step in him? Oh no, I stepped in. Oh no, I stepped in some Bruno.
Yeah, stepped in some Bruno. Yeah.
I want to step in that Bruno.
In quotation marks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider it like being a ninja. I'd be more like trying to get your injured comrade who's in the middle of a minefield.
And you just don't want to step on one. Because then you go down, it's over.
So you could be like dead asleep, and that sound will wake you up.
I found this awesome picture online, and it was about this cat jumping fearfully out of a litter box, and it said if you really want to mess with your cat, exchange all of his all the litter in his litter box for pop rocks.
Pop rocks. Yeah.
Oh god. And then if he's on
that
it,
would
it
be
says,
amazing.
That's horrible.
oh god.
I'm totally gonna do that to my cat.
That sounds like torture. I want to prank Bruno just for that. Just mix it in kitty litter. And see what happens when he takes a piss. Just makes popping noises and then he runs away.
Yeah,
That's
my cat's not normal anyway.
I'm not gonna clean up that mess, by the way.
All right, so how is everybody? How's your day been? Anything new and exciting, or?
Only things we can't talk about, but I'll tell you later.
I had some delicious mint chocolate chip cake for my coworkers last day. My boss brought it in. Oh, someone doesn't like mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Hey, it's my favorite.
I'm assuming Mac, but if I
What do you
guess the
mean?
voice,
That sounds delicious.
you're like, woo! Oh yeah, that sounds delicious.
I was not.
You're like I could hear you rolling your eyes, Mac.
Oh yeah.
Mint and chocolate don't belong together.
Shawn, you have the most sarcastic voice I've ever heard for a guy that's just talking normally. And you're trying to tell me that I'm sarcastic when I'm saying that sounds delicious?
The difference is that he actually, he sounds sarcastic all the time, so he's consistent, so you can usually guess when he's being sarcastic or not. But you actually made a sarcastic noise when you said that, as opposed to...
No, he sounds like a robot, that's all.
Well, I'm sorry, I was being sincere. I'll make sure not to have the robotic voice like this later on. Shawn, you are so exciting. Woo.
No, Shawn has a smooth voice.
So smooth.
Very smooth.
And very sonic.
Smooth like cake vodka.
Like butter.
Oh. Oh my.
Oh, man. Wait, Shawn, are you coming to RVBTO?
I don't think so. I'm so disappointed.
Disappointed.
RTX though, I know jengaship is because he kind of runs it. I don't know if John, are you making it?
Yeah, John said earlier that he was going to make it, and and Jenga always makes it. He's always going to be there. Can't miss it.
I'll find a way to do a BrunoBlargg podcast from there. See if we can get some Skype going on.
Actually, well, I did a couple of live shows from RVBTO for Jenga Jam back when our talk show days, actually. All I did is I just used my cell phone, made a very expensive international call to a Western Pennsylvania phone number, and then I picked up everything and I was able to record. Best $400 I ever spent.
That was actually my very first Jenga Jam. Was that show at what was it? RVTO 2008?
Yeah, that's right.
That was the first time I was on the show.
First time you were on the show, I think. First time Jeff Williams. Well, no, we had him on for Ugo's Appreciation Day, or was it? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jeff Williams was there that year. You were there. I think Amber actually called into the server from Australia, or she might have been there that year. I don't remember. Was Amber there that year, John?
I believe that she was.
Oh, that's right.
There were so many buxom tattooed chicks, it was hard to keep track of all of them.
Damn it! Why do I miss all the awesome parts of this? But buxom.
Well, one of them they made cover up. One of my friends was actually a little too bouncy, we'll say, and they made her put on a Pikachu. Yeah, they made her put on a Pikachu T-shirt because it was really distracting.
Was it Emily?
Of course it was Emily.
Yes, that was awesome.
I wasn't going to name names, but okay, whatever.
Now they've been named. It's too late now.
Well, that's like, who was that cosplayer that like was asked to put on, it was like the girl that did Lollipop Chainsaw. She was asked to put on
Jessica
more
Nigri.
clothes. Yeah. Jessica Nigri was asked to like put on more clothes at some show, and it's like, cause she kind of rides that line between booth babe and cosplayer. So
yeah, that was at PAX East this last year, and Jack and I were both there for it.
All three of us there.
Yeah, Mac was there too, and we because I think I saw her wandering around the expo floor before they made her cover up, and it was one of those things. It was like at PAX Prime 2011. There was a Nitro energy drink booth that was up by the Rooster Teeth booth, and they had a gaggle of these chicks in these like skin tight.
A gaggle?
A gaggle, like that, several. I think like 4 or 5 of them, but
of course, highly disorganized.
I think actually Gus actually went to the PAX people. Was like, these are booth babes. They don't know fuck all about games or the product. And they're wearing next to nothing because they were like they were booty short jump sort of things.
Wait a second. And Gus was complaining?
Gus, well, the thing is, it's kind of against the whole spirit
of PAX.
It's against the spirit of PAX. You're not supposed to have booth babes. You're supposed to have if someone who works for you happens to be pretty good looking, like Barbara, and just is working the booth, that's fine, but you're never going to see Barbara in an outfit like that working the RT booth. It's not going to happen.
And if you ask, she'll probably punch you.
Yes. She will frown at you to warp your mind, and then she will punch you, which will end your jaw.
Or just
she'll get you both ends.
Or just flip you off as you wimp out and walk away.
To be fair, though, as I understand it, Jessica Nigri was only a attendee and cosplayer. So at least if you're a cosplayer, you tend to know at least a little bit about what you're cosplaying as. I would assume.
Well, she was. She was a part of
she was paid to be there, though. She was.
Was
not,
she really?
It was not just.
Okay.
It was just her coming out. The developers of the Lollipop Chainsaw actually paid her to show up and walk. They didn't pay her to stand. She might have been at the booth for a little bit, but her job was to walk around. So that was kind of like that was one of those pushing the line. Do we want to do something about that? And they ended up making her cover up. And I think with the Nitro energy drink booth at PAX Prime, they actually did make those girls. They said, okay, you can stick around. You just have to wear clothes, sort of like what they did with Jessica.
Yeah.
I was happy. I actually got to see her when she was on top of the bus, the school bus that they had that was previewing, I forget which game, it was Borderlands 2. That was awesome. She looked hot up there. It was great.
I am super excited for that game, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, I 1,000-pointed the first one.
Well, I never even played the first one. I got to demo that one.
It's very good. I love it so much.
There's so many games I never get to catch up on, and it's just like back burner forever.
Yeah, but I was actually talking to Dan Clem about Borderlands 2, and one of the things that's really great about a game like Borderlands is that
Borderman.
That's not a no,
that's
not
our
a
next superhero. Borderman.
But
and his team of Bordermen. Wait, that's a TV show. No. It's a TV show about Border Patrol guards, and they'll call it Bordermen.
Oh, Jesus.
It's going to happen. Next couple years, it's going to happen. That TV show will come out, and then they'll owe me money.
Oh, there you go. Royalties.
That's right.
All right, now let John finish. Go ahead, honey.
I'm okay. Well, anyways, it's grindy games are more fun with friends. So grindy game with friends, yay. That's all I got.
That's all you got?
All I got.
Hey, did you hear about the guy that got arrested at the bottom of a porta potty?
That poor bastard.
It happened in Maine. The police were getting reports on a golf course that some guy was rolling in the mud naked and overturning garbage cans and stuff. So when the police went to go find him, they found him at the bottom of a porta potty, and they had to fish him out.
That's horrible.
I guess you could say he didn't have his shit together.
That was awful.
Save that one.
Yeah.
Jack, what was that on your Jack awfulness pun scale?
I don't know. I've heard worse. So I mean, but I have a pretty high threshold for tolerance for puns.
Yeah, you probably didn't even brush off your shoulders.
What did somebody?
You're like, I ain't even mad.
I barely even felt it.
So yeah. You know,
I think Amon thought it was pretty.
Is it in yet?
Oh, here's another instance of stupid customers in my store.
Oh, yay.
My coworker, Nicole. Everybody say hi to Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up, girl?
In Michigan, I don't know if they have it in your states or whatever, there's called the scanner
territory.
law. That if, once you scan something and the customer pays, if it's not the amount it was supposed to be, they get what it was supposed to be plus $5.
Ryan, profits.
Right.
Get it right.
Well, this guy bought pens, a little box of pens, and Nicole got as far as scanning the item, and that was it. She didn't hit total. She didn't hit anything. This guy, what an asshole, starts yelling at her over 20 cents.
Sweet.
What?
20 cents.
20 cents of what? Out of what? Like, what was the actual total for the item?
Have you not been listening?
No.
No, he hasn't.
Okay, then. I just wanted to clear that up.
Oh, come on, really? 20 cents? Who cares?
I must have
We
my
can get a
20
box
cent
of pens
discount.
for free.
So it's 20 cents for the
He
pen?
got mad and he stormed over to where the pens were and he ripped the sign off and he brought it over. This is what they're supposed to be and you're fucking charging me this much. In front of all the customers in the store, and he's yelling at the top of his lungs, and, poor little Nicole is, close to tears because this guy was like the biggest asshole on the planet. And, the manager's like, here, take the 20 cents. Here you go. I'm giving it to you.
Yeah, and then get out.
What's wrong with people? I mean, I know the economy's rough. 20 cents. Really?
Must have my 20 cents.
Would you guys get that upset over 20 cents?
I don't get that upset over $5, so no.
I don't get that upset over anything.
I mean, really? Yeah, so, dumb customer.
Well, unless it's alcohol. It's like,
off. Then all bets are off.
If it's a bartender trying to rip me off, then I'm pissed, and I'm not standing for that shit. But that's only because I revere alcohol to a high level. It's very important. It's a process when you go to RVBTO, getting drunk. It's just not allowed to not get drunk. You have to get drunk every night. For the minimum amount of money you can.
I don't know, Jack. How do you feel about that whole thing? You doing okay, buddy? You doing all right? You feeling all right there, buddy?
Okay there, buddy?
I thought you were going to offer me a soda. Or say, you want to go to McDonald's? You want a soda? Want some ice cream, champ? You want some ice cream?
That's the thing.
Ice cream.
Next time you're recovering and I'm okay, and you're like, I need to call you buddy and champ.
Oh, I love that picture. That picture of Jack on the bed, just out. That was great.
Oh.
I don't know. I went to Big Slice once. It was just a crazy experience.
The only lesson I learned is do not drink anything you hand to me in a bottle. Pretty much.
Now, do you remember anything from that evening, Jack?
Actually, I remember, puking my guts out as soon as I got back to, I remember the room shaking as soon as I left the concert hall. I remember talking to Izzy while I was drunk and John Crazy Boy Sharp while I was drunk and really drunkenly talking to Pio Mary about soap operas and acting and stuff like that. I remember getting to the Buffalo Billiards and being like crazy sick and then Amanda looking at me being like, "You're green." And I'm like, "Oh fuck, I'm green. That means I need to go home." So I stumbled back to my hotel and I puked my guts out and then I crawl back into bed. But that's when my memory stops, and then a whole bunch of stuff happened after that. Apparently,
considering you were green, you probably got huge and muscly and angry and punched some people.
I have a question.
Jumped for miles and then came back miraculously and turned back to normal and didn't remember a thing.
I can neither confirm nor deny these.
Hey, it happens to my Uncle Bruce all the time.
What was your question, Max?
Yeah, I wanted to actually ask John and Jack, because they were there during PAX East, during the RT party, when I got super wasted because everybody refused to let me buy alcohol for myself and bought me alcohol. Do you know how many drinks I had that night? Or do you even have any inkling of how wasted I was?
I have no idea. Like I said, I got you at least one, maybe two.
I got you one for sure.
And the thing was, it's like, I got a couple and then just was like, you know what? This place is douchebag central, and normally I'm all about, not screwing over a bar owner, but, I'm like, screw this. This is the most expensive ice ever. So I just utilized the ice I already had, and I didn't feel.
How dare you make me pay for ice?
That was leaving right then was actually Jack, because you and I had a very different experience at that party because we left before the concert was over. To have dinner with one Martha Marin, and then we came.
Not true. Because I remember during the music, you had bought me a drink.
Then we came back.
Yeah, we did come back.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
We came back, and it was only because Martha, was wiggled a little and was showing a whole lot of leg that got us back in. I mean, it was really this bouncer just doing her a solid.
So she was doing that So she was doing that while wiggling.
And that would have stuck because they had I think they had my ID and one of my cards.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. And then I had no way of going back in. But man, those bouncers were kind of dicks to our buddy Lane. Not that, Lane was completely innocent, but, I mean, that's one thing I hate about clubs in general, just in terms of the
dress code, right?
The waiting, not only just dress code, but the exclusivity, the waiting in lines, the packedness of it, the feeling of elitism. There's actually a really good episode of Regular Show I watched with my niece about this whole thing about clubs and how awful they are. And I'm like, and she's like, "Is that what they really like?" I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much. You never want to go to one of those."
What's actually cool, I just want to interject before you continue, they're actually bringing Cartoon Network here to Canada as of July the 17th, I think.
Awesome.
Which will be awesome. And the Regular Show is going to start playing here, so I can't wait to finally see that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, this song from a Regular Show called Party Tonight is stuck in my head. If you look it up on YouTube, they basically did a live-action version of Regular Show, like a video of it, basically. And it's very much reminiscent of the cheesy 1980s videos that I grew up with, pretty much.
You'll also get to watch Adventure Time, which is neat.
Yeah, I've already seen the first two seasons of Adventure Time, and I love every single second of it. Oh.
Now, has everybody seen Fernando's video he did for Mommy Ate My Fries?
Nope.
Nope.
Yep,
Can you link it to us?
Honey, I ate the kids.
See if I can find it. Hold on.
Are we promoting cannibalism now?
It's the one video he linked in his profile.
At least give us some bath salts.
To wash down the human. The man flesh.
Yes, we're going to have some human and some bath salts and maybe wash it down with a little cakey vodka. That sounds like quite the meal.
Somebody link it?
Yeah, I linked it. Wow,
Awesome.
it has just about 76,000 views.
That's a lot of views.
That's fun.
Click.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I still don't get. I mean, I don't understand. I want to know what the pun is because Jay doesn't remember, and I kept asking her. I don't remember. So do you guys remember what the best pun by Fernando was for your panel?
Something about leaning to the side to watch.
Oh yeah, it's like basically something about watching a Jane's Addiction video, but leaning to the side because of his peripheral vision.
Peripheral vision?
Yeah.
I guess you should be a fan of the band.
I guess you have to watch it.
Peripheral vision.
No, peripheral vision. Yeah.
Okay. It's like peripheral vision. I'm like, is that some kind of a joke involved with the video somehow?
It confused me more because I like know somebody named Peripheral, so I'm like, what the hell?
See, I didn't. I assumed you would never make a mistake, but obviously I was wrong.
I'm old. Nobody knows what Jane's Addiction is but me.
Hey, I know who Jane's Addiction is.
Yeah, fuck you.
Are you guys done with Oh wait, you guys done with Sergio too?
Huh?
It's been a while.
Oh my god. Yeah, so.
Okay.
One of my coworkers was wearing a year 9 Inch Nails Year Zero shirt. I'm like, oh hey, I meant to get a Lights in the Sky shirt, and she's like, oh, this is a Lights in the Sky shirt. And I'm like, no, it says Year Zero on the back. It says it right there. And she's like, no, this is a Lights in the Sky. And she looks down and she's like, oh fuck me. She's like, I got this at the Lights in the Sky show. And I'm like, oh, don't, yeah, I understand. Yes, things.
You make mistakes. All right.
Then we went.
Hey, that's
bowling.
what
That was
happens
fun.
when you buy T-shirts without looking at them.
That's true.
I got paid to
T-shirt at a show.
a bowl today. It was fantastic.
I'm hoping to possibly get into a panel next year at RTX if I can. It's my goal. It's my goal. It's my challenge. I want to get to that. I want to get to the stage where I can actually be in a panel at a convention and be known by everybody there.
Well, I wouldn't say me and Roadblock are known by everyone who went to RTX.
Yeah, I
Because
don't
we had a
know.
panel.
I doubt you'd be
A
there's
lot
a
of
couple
people-
everybody there because there's going to be a lot of people there that, I mean, there will be people there that won't recognize everyone from RT.
That's true. Not everybody, but a majority of people do. Like
Majority of people, but not everybody. I mean, not everybody there is going to know you.
especially me. But you know what? I had the weirdest experience this past year of RVBTO where I've only been to one community event, and then the next year everybody knew who I was, and I'm like, what's going on? This is so weird. And I noticed that's how essentially like the most, well-known people actually feel. Like, it's weird because this person knows me, but I don't know them. And I had my first taste of that, and it was only a bit. It's like a good, 40, let's say 30%. I'm going to be generous to myself. 30% of the people that went to RBBTO last year that I didn't meet in the previous year actually knew who I was, and they came up to me and said, hey, you're Toku, right? You're awesome. You're so cool. I'm like, what is going on here? I am so weirded out by this because I don't even know who you are.
That's always
this is my first time
weird.
meeting you, but you already know who I am. Yeah, it is.
That's always
I have
really
one
weird. Like
story
someone
that
being
can
like,
be-
"Hey, you're such and such," and I'm like, yeah.
No, I'm not.
I can beat that story. In
Creepy.
college, I was in my one of the dining halls or whatever, and I was just eating away, and this guy's just looking over at me. I'm like, who is this guy? And he just goes over to us like, hey, do you go on Rooster Teeth? And I was like, yeah, I love that website. He's like, hey, are you a man of chance? I was like, oh yeah. And now it's just this one guy, Dustin, I know from college. Apparently even though I never really saw him on the site, he recognized me, and now I've talked to him a little bit, and probably going to see him on RT Philly too.
He's got a man crush on you.
It's true.
Oh, no, Chad's got a guy with a man crush on him.
Oh yeah, why don't we talk about Chad's?
Dude, I've got everybody crush on me, so.
Seriously, Wolfie creeps the hell out of me, man. Like, no joke.
love you, Chad Curtis.
We'll
That
never
was so
live that
creepy
down.
on our webpage.
You
Hey,
won't.
he's like
You
our
really
one
won't.
big fan, Wolfie.
Yeah, I'll never live it down.
We have fan. That's amazing that we have even one fan. So that's
It's creepy.
it's been improved, I guess. If it's chat, it's weird, but if it's just us in general, then that's fine.
What's weird is
It-
never like
like-
I've never had a conversation with the guy except like on texts or whatever. Like on the Facebook thing on like BrunoBlargg.
Yeah.
So he's
How
just a
does he feel?
creepy ass fan.
I don't
Basically.
even get that.
Weren't
That
you
is-
just telling him off on BrunoBlargg
What?
Facebook site?
I was.
Don't do that to our one fan. What an asshole.
Like, holy crap.
He was
just like reading like what you said, what you had said. I was like, holy crap, Chad's being a dick.
I know. As could be to our fans.
Well,
June, sorry,
he-
Jay,
a little
take
bitch.
that away. Take that
He-
fuck, take away his power. Because he's ruining our
This
thread right there.
little bitch. You need to grow up, and I still don't think you will. Damn, I'm gonna have to edit all this out.
You're fucking our fans.
I think though the hardest thing for me with the whole, BrunoBlargg thing is when I wrote the script for that show we were working on, and then I read it and I was like, oh my god, this is crap, and after 6 episodes just tossed it.
Yeah,
And
that was great. And then you restarted everything. It's awesome. I
Yeah,
love
so now I started over, so.
that. We can
And then
talk
cheese.
about the old one.
Although-
Yeah.
We are hella stoked on what we're working on now. Like this new,
Yes, we are.
this new writing and stuff like that. Really good. Way more like a whole lot more original and a
Yeah.
lot more professional. So
Yeah.
The fun part is I get my own series to write.
You're welcome.
Actually, what do you mean you're welcome? It's just, this is my idea. This is my series. I made it up in my head. You don't tell me you're welcome. I write my own series because I made it up, douchebag.
If you want to write it and do all the work, maybe I'll voice act for you. Who knows, Toku?
Maybe I don't even want you to voice act for me. Maybe I want.
Oh.
Maybe I'll get John. John seems like
I'm
he's
not
got.
gonna be mean about it.
Yeah, John's got an awesome voice.
He does. John, you're my number one character. There you go. Woo! But it's a live action series, so you have to actually act.
Yeah, back to
I
the man
could,
crushes.
I could,
Back to the man crushes.
I could be your villain. I could be your wannabe.
Do you want it?
Maybe your wannabe Mark Hamill and try to do a good villain voice.
I could be your sarcastic guy because apparently I always sound like I'm sarcastic.
Dude, you always sound sarcastic. Why?
Now, are you guys going to do another RT26 next year?
Absolutely.
Oh gosh, I
Minus
love
the
how you
technical
answer
difficulties.
absolutely without any hesitation whatsoever.
Jack,
Well-
you?
Well, maybe you're going to do one. I'm kind of on the fence. Like, I
Really?
feel like,
My
well, because, we didn't do as well financially this year. I mean, granted, because of technical difficulties and all that, but, I mean, part of it is also, like, there's a certain strain that goes into it, and I wonder if the stunt, the novelty of going 26 consecutive hours is worth the time we're putting into it, in terms of what we're getting back in return,
Well, you guys could kind of, revamp it.
was it fun?
Parts of it were a lot of fun. Parts of it, not so much.
Maybe you
I'd
guys
say
could,
those
do
first
12
couple hours
instead?
were not that fun.
Yeah, but consider if you didn't have the technical difficulties, it'd probably be more fun through, the parts that aren't so great, and then you still have a lot of fun with the other parts, so I think it'd still be worth it. Just because it's a fun thing to do.
Maybe I should do like a base thing or whatever. Just do a Kickstarter. Do you think we should do an RT26? If we raise this amount of money leading into it, then yeah, we'll do it with 26 hours on the air.
That would actually.
I got a guy willing to give $1,000 to see me on camera.
Really?
Yeah, I was going
Who?
to say, heck,
Wait.
that's why I'm asking if you're going to do it next year, because I'll show up just to help you guys raise money.
All right.
That's
You know what?
Say,
Tell you
I was
what.
gonna
If
shoot first.
I've never actually seen a picture of you, Jay. You're like a cat as far as I know.
I know. Isn't that
You-
great?
Yeah.
All right. Tell you what.
What
If you
she looks like.
Oh,
if
Jay,
you
do
find
you
out what you
remember-
look like, then I'll go RT26.
Hey Jay, do you remember
Ow.
my blackmail?
Yeah.
It's on. You know why?
Yeah, whatever, dude.
I'm recording right now, so I'm just gonna sit on it.
Not on this
And now
black.
you have to tell us
Oh,
what
it
it
is.
is. You can't just blatantly throw it out there
Basically-
and then not tell us.
Basically, I'm blackmailing her into showing a picture of herself to those of us in BrunoBlargg. And if she doesn't, and that was the thing on her birthday. If she doesn't by her birthday, then I will just sit on my podcast recording and not.
Oh, wow, that's harsh.
Hey, like I said, it's blackmail.
Well, you know what? We can actually circumvent that by putting up that chunk that you recorded during RT26 when we were on standby, waiting to go on air, and we never did. But we had that hilarious discussion with just Cliff and Jack and the rest of us that were going to be on that.
Yeah.
That I really want to get that audio just for the fun, just for the shits and giggles, so I can reference it whenever we're in a podcast. Because I never see they have gotten my hands on that. It was like 30 minutes of just hilarious talk that went from like who knows what to bullying, masturbation talk. I don't know how that happened, but it did. It did. With us, it happened that way.
Did it go there? I don't remember that.
I swear to God, it went from we were bullying at one point, and then at the next point was we were talking about masturbation.
Really?
Or something to do with dicks. I know it did.
We talked about a lot of stuff.
We did. A lot of things. But I think everybody deserves to hear that, because that was the most random conversation we ever had.
We never recorded it, though, did we?
It was like...
We did. He was recording.
The amount that I recorded was like 26 minutes or something.
Hopefully it's a good 26 minutes.
It is pretty good. It is pretty good. The amount...
There you go.
Yeah. Obviously, I mean, the way we remember it probably is better than the actual, like, recording, but I'm sure it'll
probably
still be fine.
Because I remember more than actually existed, so.
That's the thing, is there was a portion at the beginning that I didn't get to record. There was like a 10 minutes in the beginning that I didn't record. I actually, because of the stupid, like, recorder thing, I actually had to, like, leave and come back to get it to work, so. There were, like, 10 minutes at the beginning I didn't record, but then I got the last, like, 26, 28.
Well, at least it wasn't like our podcast that never was.
Yeah.
True. That one fell apart really quickly. It's because it was like this type of thing where we had too many people and everybody wanted to voice their opinion. We didn't have time for that.
Well, I felt bad for Chad because he thought he had recorded the whole podcast, and all I hear is after we're done
That was the second time. That's what you, me, and Shawn.
The first time was people got pissed and left because they couldn't voice their opinions. The second time was record it again. And I was one of the people. I couldn't stand that. I hate that. I hate being interrupted and talked over and not letting people.
Hey, Mac, I'm gonna let you finish, but Mac, I'll let you finish.
Shut up. I swear to God,
yes.
I will screw you over when it comes to RVTO. I'm here. I am local. I will fucking make you get lost all the way in random spell in Toronto and leave you there if you screw. If you fuck with me, but that stuff
challenge
really
accepted.
Challenge accepted. All right, we'll see how it happens then. But yeah, that's how stuff really angers me. Like I can understand you wait your turn and then you let that person talk. That's fine. But if you continue on and just let that person stay behind and not get their voice in, that's just kind of rude, in my opinion. Anyways, I don't like that, so I don't like it happening to me either, or other people. So I just left the podcast because I couldn't say even one or two words every, like, 5 discussions, and that got too much for me. Okay, I'm going to get a beer. Yeah, you guys continue to vamp while I go and get one. Be right back.
We're going to vamp?
Now that we have your authority.
We're going to vamp.
Authorization.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
It means to talk about random things until I get back with my beer and then join.
Talk about Mac while he's gone.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, go.
I hear he's a Canadian.
No. Artie's
sure?
black.
I don't know about that.
I think he's lying about that. He doesn't seem Canadian.
Yeah,
or black.
Yeah.
We don't like their kind around here.
These are the types we like.
Another.
You ever see that episode of Futurama where it's like, I think Bender's on tour with Beck, and like there's an alien in the bar or whatever, and like, we don't take kindly to your type around here. And then it's like a push, and it's like, these are the kinds we take kindly to, and it's all these random aliens that they have pictures of. Guess not.
No, I remember that episode.
I haven't watched Futurama in so long.
They have new episodes. It's fantastic.
I haven't seen any of that in a very long time.
They had one recently. I think it was one of the newest ones that was actually pretty funny, which was really surprising because I would have thought that show would have lost its steam. There was the one where Bender had a kid, which was actually fucking hilarious.
Oh man, I haven't seen any of the new season.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. Sorry.
That's okay. Bender has. I heard about that one at least. I didn't know what the plot was though. Other than that, let's see. Where's the episode guide on this? Come on, Wikipedia. There we go. List episode.
But I was telling Jack on one of our shows that my Saturdays are just so empty these days. No more Korra, no more ponies. It's like, what am I going to do? I guess I'll just go to the gym or mow the lawn. I guess I'll do something like that instead of wasting time watching TV.
I don't really watch a lot of TV. I'm more, have it more as background than anything else.
I internet a little bit too much instead of watching TV.
Crunchy.
I think I realized the actual reason why I didn't like Legend of Korra that much.
Oh, we started talking about Legend of Korra and I left when we talked about that? Damn.
Basically, it's like, as opposed to the previous show, well, I'm a huge film noir fan, so when they did the whole Dark City thing, I was hoping for more dramatic, more serious, but instead of having where on one side where Last Airbender was like more like half childish silliness and then half serious and dramatic, in Legend of Korra it's kind of like a lot of teen angst and not as much of a like a lot of the lightheartedness is gone, but it doesn't get like there's not as much character depth, I don't think. Obviously it's still early in the series, so it's hard to tell, but I don't know, I couldn't get into it.
I thought that it accelerated much. It progressed much faster than Last Airbender did, which I thought was really good and really bad. Or not really bad. I guess I'm overstating. I fucking loved it. I mean, I was just blown away. And I think what I really liked about it.
Over the movie?
No, over the series.
Legend
Okay,
of Korra.
I'm going to
movie was a piece of garbage.
Make a statement. I am never ever talking about the movie by M. Night Shyamalan.
Okay.
I'm never referring. I've not seen it.
It was.
I've
seen it. I've seen it.
I was about
It's
to
a piece of
start
garbage.
screaming.
It's a piece of garbage. No.
The series is great. M. Night Shyamalan killed the movie, but okay,
Yes, he did.
continue.
Yes. So if I ever refer to The Last Airbender or Avatar: The Last Airbender, I'm never referring to Cat People or Noah Ringer. Any movie that he's in. No, that's not happening. So one of the things that is and you're going to get this with any long series, is that it takes a while to get into Last Airbender. I mean, the first season is okay. It's got its high points, and then the second season is really good, and then the third season is fantastic.
Yeah.
Korra didn't really mess around. They got to the point really quickly, and by the episode 3, you're like, holy shit, this is actually happening. By episode 5, they had gotten a lot of the shipping out of the way, and it was just like, huh, all right, they're going pretty fast. I kind of like that, and by the end of book 1, you're just kind of like, well, did that go too fast? And I think it was just because they honestly, when they finished it, they were like, we don't know if we're doing more. We'd like to, but we don't know if we're going to get it. So
yeah,
it's one of those Avatar story.
It was intended to be a mini-series, just one season. That was what it was going to be. And then they were like, after they made it, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to throw you on for a second season, even before they started the first season.
Yeah, they realized there's too much to pack into one season, yet they tried to pack as much as they could anyway.
And that's what I'm hoping book 2 will start to like getting, like the Bolin syndrome. Like, he was a great character, but he didn't really get much development.
Right. One of the things that I really... And you know what? Spoil if we want to edit this out for spoilers, you can. But I want to talk about this. One of the artists had a picture, ostensibly from season 2, where it shows.
Stop listening now. Go ahead.
Where it shows Korra and Asami and a scooter outside of what looks like a Fire Nation building, and they look happy because they've taken some sort of journey together to the Fire Nation. It would seem that picture is just really encouraging for me because one, I really, really like Asami's character, and it kind of bummed me out that they kind of like, oh hey, Mako really likes you, but he really likes Korra more and shipping. But it really makes me happy that she's going to continue to be part of the team because I think one of the favorite parts of Asami's storyline was
Miss Techno Glove or whatever.
Yeah, Asami's.
Yeah.
And she was actually a pretty interesting character because it's like, here's this girl who has every reason to hate every bender, but she doesn't. She knows them. She knows they're not bad. Yeah. And even though she has been raised and trained by her father, she has not become her father. And I thought that the friendship that developed between her and Korra was really, really awesome and genuine. So when that whole tension love triangle thing happened, I'm like, fuck, Asami's going to betray them or is going to go away. But it looks like that she's not. Well, obviously she didn't betray them, and she's going to be in the new series. So that, I think, is really, really awesome. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, great series. I love it. I cannot wait for the rest for the other. I know they're having another book 2 and they're having another season or something. I don't know. It's like another 40 or I forget how many episodes they're making.
Basically, what they're doing is they had already had 14 more episodes. So book 1 and book 2 are kind of going to be season 1. It's why it's premiering in 8 months versus a year. And then after all that, they have 26 more episodes down the road. So if what I'm hearing is true, the next 14 are going to be the subtitle Spirit. And then, because we had Air, and now it's going to be Spirit. And then I don't know what the next series is going to be, or the next season is going to be called. But if it's called a Void, I will crap my pants.
Really?
Because each book is supposedly a representation of each element in the world. So the only thing after Spirit would be a Void, right? Well,
there's no real in the classical like Asian elements. There's no. I don't know. Actually, there might actually be a Spirit. I know Void is the 5th element, and it's like the most powerful or something because it's like it's everything essentially or some such.
But according to the way that it goes in the Avatar, world, it goes earth, water, fire, air, and then Spirit was the last element that was not technically an element, but it was before bending existed. Spirit was the bending that they did. They bent the world, the spirit itself, rather than the world elements, and that's why I assume that would be the next book. It was only, I think Aang was the only Avatar to ever master spirit bending, as far as I know.
Yeah, so far he's been the only one to energy bend that he learned from the lion turtle. But it'll be interesting. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how that comes out. And oh god, I could geek out about it for like another hour, but I'll stop.
Oh, I can geek out with you too, but yeah. Let's get back to this. Jay, has there been anybody, asking for a birthday wish?
For what?
Has anybody tried to pop in yet or no?
No, not yet. Jeff was thinking about coming, so was Cliff, but I guess they're out doing whatever they do. I don't know.
Damn it.
Well, I was kind of afraid for those two to come to the podcast because I thought for sure those two jerks would start singing that song that I don't like.
Call Me Maybe. By the way, guys, Jay loves Call Me Maybe.
I do not.
Maybe you guys should totally send her links on her RT page and totally, post it on her Facebook page and whatnot, because she absolutely loves that song so much.
Once I had gotten the song, first I got the song in my head because of Cliff. And I was like, damn you, Cliff. And I finally got out of my head, and then Jeff had to post something about it. I was like, oh.
Hey, should I sing your version of the song? I know you love it.
And then...
The way I thought of it, that I'm going to get Cliff and Jeff to sing for you, because you put that idea in my head.
And then, of course, I finally got it out of my head again. And then it was back because Jeff posted that picture of a raccoon that said, hey, I just met you, but this is crazy, but I just bit you and I have rabies. And I was like, oh, I'm like, damn you, Jeff, God. It's a catchy tune, but once it gets into your head, it's like, yeah, it's awful.
It's the worst song I've heard in a long time, and I love it so much.
I do.
Oh my god.
No, it's fucking
I have it
bad.
on my iPod now. I have it on my iPhone, so yeah. I have it on there just to listen to memorize the lyrics, and then I'm going to rewrite it for Jay because she put this. She was telling me how much she hates it, and then put the horrible idea of getting Jeff and Cliff to both sing it on video for her, and change the lyrics to Jay, I just met you. And this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe. So I'm now learning all the lyrics so that I can rewrite it to make it a song for her. And it's going to be on YouTube, and she's going to be forced to watch it because she can't not watch it. She has to watch it. It's just, she can't refuse, no matter what. She put this in my head, just so you know. She gave me the freaking lyrics, Jay, I just met you, instead of, hey, I just met you. So, you know what? You just asked for it at that point. You can't complain.
It's a catchy little tune, but it's like once it's in there, it's like a virus, and you can't get it out. I mean, if you just want to rip your, it's horrible. And Bruno has joined us again. He's sitting on his kitty condo.
Living the kitty high life.
Yes, he is.
Before that happens, shouldn't we say goodbye to our lovely guests, Jack and John?
Oh, they're leaving?
Yeah, I gotta go to work tomorrow, I'm afraid.
So, thank you guys for jumping on and celebrating Jayla's awesome birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
Yeah, tomorrow is my actual birthday, Friday the 13th.
Yeah, it is awesome to have you guys here, and awesome to celebrate with you guys. And I will see you guys both in RVB in Toronto in about 2-3 weeks.
Yeah,
and I can't wait.
Sounds good, man. Thanks for having us on the show.
Just to confirm, Jack, you said if I send you a picture of me, you will do RT26 next year.
Yeah, well, not just me, or just like posted for the world to see.
Is that fine if I show up in Philly around that same time and come to your place and broadcast with you guys?
If you want, sure.
Yeah, we'll come down and
we'd love to physically be there with you guys.
Yeah, we would.
You know, Jack, that reminds me. I might have to come out there because God knows you can't run anything without me.
Oh,
You're the producer, so
it's set out of love. Also, it gives me a chance to come out and hang out and be silly with you guys. So
yeah, sounds like
guys. I just love the prospect of having. When I say having, meaning I'm going to bring at least 26 cases of Blue Moon just to drink while RT26 goes on.
Hey, just as long as you bring enough for the rest of the class, we're good.
Well, you know what? I thought 2 packs would be enough. I guess 1 for me and then 2 for everybody else to share.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay, I'll tell you. Tomorrow for my birthday, for 24 hours, on my Facebook, I will post my picture. How's that?
Okay. If you make it happen, that.
Dude, I will. Sorry, Jay. I will fucking steal that picture right away. Are you sure you want to do that? I permanently have it, and I will take it off because you can download pictures from friends. Right. So I'll download it and there we go, got it forever. Now I have.
You should make it into a famous meme, so then it'll be everywhere on the internet. Everywhere you go.
That sounds creepy, Mac.
I already have 3 or 4 in production that I'm starting out with that I took pictures from my actual life, and I'm going to be putting up on Facebook pretty soon. So I'll add J-Lith to that list.
Looking forward to it. J-Lith, enjoy your birthday, gentlemen, and we'll catch you guys later.
Thanks for coming, guys. Love you both.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Peace out.
See you around the donut.
All right. I think those guys are heading off to bed. Yeah. Hopefully they'll listen to this later because there's a whole ton of this happening after they leave. It's only an hour, so usually our podcasts go 3 or 4 hours. So yeah.
Hey,
we edit down.
Yeah. Hey, Toku. Do you remember Boom Badia from RT Live? He was on a few times, and he's DJ Boom Badia. He did a little radio thing, like an online radio show. He had me and Devin and a few other guys too from RT Live, and I was just looking at my friends list, and I was like, oh, well, I remember because he had a semi-popular metal or something radio program he ran on some Swedish site that they let him have a radio show on it.
I absolutely do not know who that is at all, in even the slightest bit. I actually came to RT Live way late in the game. Rooster Speak existed before RT Live did in my eyes. So it's like it went from Rooster Speak, and then I met Devin through all the other awesome guys like Brian, Badoomed, and Shraver. And then they introduced me to Devin, and I'm like, Devin, you're sexy beast. You're spice. And then I met him at PAX East real life for the first time, and he bought me drinks as well during that crazy fucking party. Which, by the way, I saw Lindsay. No, was it not Lin? I don't think it was Lindsay. I think it was Faith. I don't remember specifically who, but she was blonde. She was from the RT crew, and she was drunk as fuck. And her friends from the industry that I talked to that night was just like freaking amazing. I don't have the number anymore because it was on my old phone, but I did have a number from one of the guys that worked for Treyarch, which was pretty awesome until I lost it because I lost my phone numbers when I switched phones. But don't worry, next year I'll get those phone numbers back. So, Jay, I'll have our industry connections back by next year.
Yeah, when you said Lindsay for a second, I was going to say, oh, you were hanging out with Michael's girlfriend?
Yeah, it totally was. Michael, bring it on, boy. You Jersey boy, do you want to mess with a Canadian? I'm a Canuck boy. I chop down trees with axes. Bring it on.
Remember, when he shoves you, then your whole reaction is whether or not he goes in and,
No. The second he shoves me is when I take a fist and I start throwing it towards his face. I'm Canadian. I don't fuck around. I'm a Canuck. We go straight for the fist. We don't try to push each other like wimps, like the Jersey boys do. We go straight for the fists. We'll pull up our fist and we'll start swinging and start knocking each other in the face. We don't wait for pushes and, bitch moves like that. And I'm totally insulting him, but you know what? I want to see him come out and do something about it. I'll be in RTX next. Bring it on, Michael. I'll fuck you up.
Nice.
That should be the event of the year.
Yeah, fuck it. Toku versus Michael. Or AH Mike.
Watch that.
Bring it the fuck on. Yeah, bring it. Fly the hell over. Or if he comes to Toronto next year for the event, then fuck it, I'll kick his ass there too.
Do you mean WinTO? Because, RVBTO won't be there.
RVBTO won't be there. But there are, from what I hear from other people, I remember the Jenga podcast mentioned that there will be a replacement thing coming up after.
Like I said, WinTO. I know that one.
No, that's John's birthday during the winter.
Oh.
That's something completely different. WinTO is just, Big Nice John has his birthday in January every year. And so for that, we celebrate by celebrating WinTO, which is just getting drunk, going to the Duke of Somerset, going to the Imperial Pub, and going to the Ram and the Rye, just regular hours. We don't book it or anything. We just show up and we go there and we take over the place. That's essentially it.
Nice.
That's all we do. It's just, okay, it's halfway through the year and we have to wait another 6 months before we can go to, or 7 months or 8 months before the next Toronto event. Let's just celebrate Big Nice John's birthday as an event, and that counts. And that's all it is. And honestly, it got pretty wild this year, where I got so wasted. And apparently, at one point, after I got wasted, everybody had left. Heather, friggin' Heather Hall, or rather otherwise known as Halo Dudette. Yeah, went to the bathroom to change for bedtime, and I was changing, and mid-changing, all the guys were like, "What are you doing, Mac?" I'm like, "We're all guys here. It's okay." And I didn't put my pants on for a good while. She was stuck in the bathroom waiting for me to put my pants back on while I was pretty fucking wasted at the time. And she's just like, kept asking, has Mac put his pants on yet? And they're like, no, not yet. He's still pantless. He hasn't put his pajama pants on yet. You're gonna have to wait a little longer. I think it took like 20 minutes for them to convince me to put my pants on. And then I did, and then she came out of there, and I don't know what happened afterwards. This is all that's been told to me. All I know is when I woke up, I was spooning Heather, and I was waking up in the middle of the night to go to take a piss, and I'm like, what's going on? My arm around Heather, and I'm like cuddled up right up next to her. Like she's like literally encased in my body. My arm's over her and whatnot. And I crawl out of bed, okay, going to the bathroom. Now I'm going to get back into bed and turn the opposite way. That's all I have to say. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Pretty wild. And of course, everybody gets Big Nice John a birthday present. And Charlie, Film Geek, got him a bottle of tequila, which is not good because, you know, Big Nice John plus tequila, not the best combination. Honestly, you guys have to come to Toronto sometime for these events. You really would love them.
I wish I could.
Well, you can always try next year, apparently.
Next year, well, I'm also trying for RTX, so it's a maybe.
I'm also trying for RTX. Apparently, Jacob's going to be living there, so.
In, the
state.
Boston?
Yeah, apparently. He told me that.
Like Jacob? Or like Jakey?
Jacob.
Also known as JSP 2000. And then changed to Jacob later on. Yeah, that Jacob. Apparently he's going to be living in Austin, Texas, so I'll have a free place to stay. So screw you guys. No hotels for me. The added benefit of having friends on every level.
Well, hopefully next year I can not have to pay for a hotel and someone will be nice enough. But I don't know if there's anybody I know who lives around there. I have to get in nice with Preston. He lives within like 4 hours or something. I wouldn't mind the drive.
You know what? Actually, if enough people from BrunoBlargg go to RGX here, we should have a house for rent.
That would work too. Or if Jay moves there, that'd be awesome. We all just stay at Jay's place.
Yeah, pay me rent, you fuckers. No, just kidding. Yes, stand the ultra Bruno. But how cool is that though? That Roadblock did the opening. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. It was great to have them on.
Yeah.
It's too bad Jeff couldn't make it, but still.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I'm sure him and Cliff are doing whatever they do together since they're roommates. I think they're roommates. I believe they're roommates.
Speaking of guests, we have to talk to maybe
Fernando?
get Math Threat on the next one. Yeah.
Fernando!
And then possibly having him as a voice actor.
Yeah.
It would be great to have someone who's so experienced too and has great talent.
What do you think, Bruno? He's licking his paw, so I guess it's a yes. I will lick him.
He's like, I'll ask to be fed later.
Yeah, that was awful last night. Hearing the sound of that and not being able to find him.
What?
Oh
yeah.
Oh, God.
How does he puke? I don't understand how a cat pukes like that at all.
Well, sometimes it's hairball, sometimes his stomach gets upset. But yeah, and I feel bad for him because he feels bad, and he kind of lowers himself to the floor like he thinks he's going to get punished for it. And I just feel so bad for him. But then I'm scared to feed him again. You know, like this morning I was like, okay, should I feed him? Because, if his stomach's upset, I don't want to, add to it.
That's when you just give him some water to calm his stomach and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's just my advice. I've had a cat or two before, so when he starts coughing up hairballs or whatnot, I just try to hydrate him so that his throat isn't super dry and whatnot. It just helps him pass through it pretty quickly and calms his stomach at the same time.
My cat covertly drinks water. I have never seen him actually drink water. I think he does it like when no one's home. It's weird. Yeah, but it was cool having Jack and Roadblock on.
Yeah, I love it.
They showed up, and those are the two I was really hoping, would show up. And Casey was supposed to be here too, but I don't know what the fuck happened to him.
Yeah, what did happen to Casey? I was really hoping to hear his voice again. He didn't show up at all. But you know what? At least I got John and Jack. And those guys are awesome. I can't wait to see them soon. It's gonna be
because Jack sent me a text message around, what was it, 1 o'clock, him and I were talking by a text message,
Oh man, I've got a little less than 2 weeks left till RBBTO, and I'm sorry I keep bringing this up. Every time I'm like, it's only 17 days away. I have to wait for that time. Once July 31st hits, that's my essential, RVBTO start time. Because Spam Man, also known as Chris, that jumps on our podcast, he's been on our podcast a couple times and he's part of our crew. And I don't know what's happened to him for long, but you know what? I'll have him physically in front of me. And if you have any questions, Jay, just let me know. I'll pester him all about it.
Who? Cliff?
No, Chris.
Oh yeah,
Spammy.
Because I'm staying with him for RVBTO. Him, me, and Linkson and Spam's girlfriend are all staying in the same room. And then first JT's gonna be there, and then it's gonna be transitioning every day depending on whoever needs a room for the night. That's essentially how it is. That's Spam's room, and trust me, it's not easy because eventually it's gonna be the A-Late party, which is everybody that was at the bar just 2 hours, like an hour, like 30 minutes, like maybe 5 minutes ago after they closed down, which is 2 a.m. They're coming to my room, and they're not going to leave for the whole night because nobody's going to complain because everybody on that same floor, they're at RVBTO, and they're in our room right now. So I'm not getting sleep that night at all, no matter what.
Just got to make sure not to wake up the people below you.
I don't think that's going to be an issue.
But I will tomorrow for 24 hours put my picture on my Facebook. But I want to promise I don't want no memes done. Please respect me in that regard.
Aww.
I'm serious.
Sorry.
Not even a call me maybe one?
Oh God, no! God.
Hey, I have that right now. Do you want to hear it?
No.
Yes. All right. Play it.
It won't ever go away. Fuck you, man. God. Yeah, I don't want no memes done. I'll post my picture for 24 hours.
Hopefully that gets stuck in your head.
I will warn you, I am nothing to look at, so.
Oh, pshaw. Whatever.
Yeah, that's what you say now.
Hey, you know what? I didn't think I was anything to look at for a good long time in my life. And I'm like, you know what? The reason I don't have any girlfriends is because I'm not confident in myself, and I don't think of myself as an amazing person. And now that I do, I've never had an issue. So there you go. It's all about confidence, people. If you have the confidence, you're awesome. That's all it takes. Some confidence. Honestly, I've seen some guys. I'm like, I'm 10 times better looking than that guy, and he has a girlfriend that's hot as that. Right. Obviously, he has a good amount of confidence, or he has a super amazing personality.
Or he's gifted in quotation marks.
Even that doesn't really matter. So whatever. I'm gifted and fucking awesome. So what does that say?
Yes, I will put it up. Let's see. My actual birthday hour is 6:45 a.m. But I will.
6 something? 6 what?
6:45 a.m. tomorrow morning is my actual moment of my birthday.
That's awesome. I don't even know that for me. I think it was like around 4 p.m. for me. That's just what my mom tells me, and I have no fucking idea. I've never seen a birth certificate. I've never seen my birth certificate. I don't really bother to go through that whole process. I'm like, you know what? You say that, that's fine enough for me.
Yep. Well, I thought Shawn was going to talk to Fernando. So you want me to talk to Fernando?
Well, I mentioned him before. Well, you're the one who, it's your show, so I don't want to just be like, oh, Fernando, you're on the show,
Yeah.
Oh,
I want you to as long as you say, if you guys want to bring somebody on, hey, just, let me know and say, hey, Jay, I want to bring this person on. And if I don't think they're a total fucktard, I'll be like, yeah, cool.
Well, you know what? I actually posted in the unofficial RVBTO 2012 thread. I linked your journal and said, everybody who wants to wish Jaylith a happy birthday, we're going to have a podcast tonight, and you guys can jump on whenever and let her know. And this is the journal to contact her with, and I get to have yielded anything, which makes me sad.
Although, wasn't that a friends-only journal?
No, it wasn't. It was a public journal.
I don't know.
Mine might have been friends only. I think.
Yeah, if you linked it to Jay's, she does most of her journals friends only.
Well, that's just not cool, Jay. What the hell, man? How am I supposed to get the RT community to love you if they're not your friends yet? Maybe if you go into your profile right now, you have like 1 million messages, and then all of them are friend requests to let you so that they can see your journal.
Maybe. Well, but we still, we're starting out small. Well, pretty much everyone in the RT group is all just people who are part of BrunoBlargg, and everybody in the Facebook are just mainly people who are part of BrunoBlargg, with the exception of Wolfie.
Not everybody in the BrunoBlargg thing is just RT guys. I mean, I'm sure there are people that aren't, that are part of and like following and looking at our group altogether.
Well, we're on our way. It's just a start. You have to work your way up. But I think we definitely will, assuming that we could do this series very well, we'll definitely get a lot more fans that way. It's kind of tough with the podcast because it's 2 hours long.
Yeah.
It's tough to get somebody to watch that. We need, an immediate hook, and for them to be, to take the time to watch 2 hour long podcasts, and there are only so many minutes in a day.
I watch those panels on Twitch, and I learned a lot. I got home. I think the first one I watched was Monty's panel, and I learned a lot by listening to him. As to like animation stuff like that, and then the guys from Blip TV, doing their thing, and they're like, it's really important. They said you need 2 things. The guys from Blip, they said you need a website and you need a Twitter for us. So I'm going to set that up. So
specifically about the email, I need that email like as soon as possible.
For BrunoBlargg?
Yes, for BrunoBlargg, I need that email.
It's just BrunoBlargg@gmail.com.
No. I mean, I need my specific email for BrunoBlargg as soon as possible.
I got to talk to Kevin because I have to get with him and discuss the website and find out what we need to do about that.
Yeah, well, making a mail server has nothing to do with the website. It's just an email linked to a domain.
Right.
So if we had BrunoBlargg name and then we had a website, even if it's blank, as long as we have those emails, that can help us out.
All right, I'll talk to him and get him to set that up for us.
Yeah. Because I hear that there are certain I've heard even in the background certain people that are going to be at RBVTO, and having them knowing our email and being able to contact me for whatever reason,
right? That
would be helpful.
So that means if any of you listeners have any questions or complaints or anything like that, send them to Toku at BrunoBlargg. There you go.
What makes you think it'll be Toku? My name is Mac at BrunoBlargg.com. As an email.
Complaints to Mac at BrunoBlargg.com.
Why is it complaint? What's the complaint that I made? Right off
the complaint department.
How about like the fuck Mac at BrunoBlargg.com?
Yes.
Why am I getting shot on? I'm like the fucking Gavin of the group all of a sudden. I didn't even that yet.
Oh yeah, how is that mission going there, Mac?
What? The mission of what? Gavin?
Gavin on our show, yeah.
I haven't messaged him yet.
Uh-huh.
His website, his email's been destroyed. You know what? His email's been destroyed because of asshole Jack. So fuck you guys.
Hey, if any of you complain, any of you want to send in a complaint as to the fact that Mac hasn't gotten Gavin on the show yet, just send your emails to thefuckmac@BrunoBlargg.com.
Yeah, go for it. You know what? That email doesn't exist yet, so screw you guys anyways. And it won't ever be on my phone or anything. I will not check that email, regardless. But if you do have an issue with the podcast, just send it to chat@BrunoBlargg.com or thefuckchat@BrunoBlargg.com.
Or you could message Mac Afsha on Facebook.
Fuck you, dude. Don't give my name away. Dude, I didn't even go that far, but you know what? I will now. I will fuck you over, dude. That's what you get for screwing me. No, you took it a step too far now. So fuck you.
You know why? You know why this is double-sided? Because yours is uncommon. They can find you immediately.
You can't actually find me because they don't know how to spell it. Look for Curtis. Chachad.
Bunch of them.
RTIS. Check this. Actually, go through the BrunoBlargg page, and you'll probably find him quickly on that. Just make sure to look for his photo, which is a picture of a stoned guy in like a wool hat, like long hair. That's Jack Curtis. Works at BNC Enterprises. Went to homeschool. Lives in Grass Valley, California. There you go. And fucking find that and fucking message him everything.
Means I can just edit on a screenshot of your Facebook page.
You do. I swear to God, I will fucking kill you the second after you, Chad. You better not fucking do that. I said seriously, dude. Don't fucking.
You too.
Don't.
Oh, that's right. Ryan
This is a fucking
our medical term of the day.
Legal term?
Huh?
Our medical term of the podcast.
Medical term.
What medical term?
Let us
give me 2 minutes, and I will have that term ready for you.
Okay, before that, you know what, Chad? I'm not even afraid because I don't think anybody listens an hour and 30 minutes into this podcast on YouTube. You even give a shit what's on here. I think at this point it's like free territory. Nobody even fucking listens to this portion. We can just fuck around and do whatever.
It's okay. Hollow threats that get you all pissy and funny are worth it. Totally worth it.
Honestly, if anybody actually listens this far in and up Facebook, I'll be.
Oh, Mac, you're breaking up there, babe. Big time.
Seriously, that's. I said, Chad. If anybody makes this far into the podcast and actually complains to me, I'll be impressed.
Everybody that hears this, go impress Mac. He wants you.
I want to be impressed. Actually, go to Toku at roosterteeth.com and impress me as best you can in my comments. Or even a private message.
PM, son.
I would love to see how good you are. But if you can't, then you know what? Go to, what was it? Sith Death? Man? At roosterteeth.com. That's Chad on roosterteeth.com. And go and message him and bother him. So I'm going to get drunk as fuck for Jay's birthday celebration.
Yeah! Excitement. Okay, let's talk about video games. What do you say? You want to talk about video games?
How about League of Legends, which I'm probably going to play soon?
I know nothing about it.
Which you were hating on it the last time I talked about it. I played Legend of Korra, damn it. Because, I think it's technically an RTS. You're like, oh, I don't like RTSs, meh.
It's true. I don't.
It's kind of different. It's where,
although
basically control.
I did like Halo Wars. So you can.
Well, it's nothing like Halo Wars or, Age of Empires or anything like that.
Oh. How is it whatever.
Well, you only control yourself, which is this one little champion guy who has a certain amount of abilities. And then you're on a team of 3 or 5. And you have to face another team of 3 or 5.
Okay.
And you have to destroy the other person's turrets, and then make your way to the Nexus, which if you destroy the Nexus, you win. The Nexus.
The Nexus.
In which they have these awesome group of champions in which you have to, strategize and use the right and have the right build, and use, the right combos and crap like that. So it's kind of like an RTS where you're above and you click to move your champion wherever he needs to be, and you press certain keys to make him do stuff. But you only really control the one guy. It isn't like, an RTS where you have to scroll around this entire map and control, these armies and stuff.
Well, why? Well, one would think if that's the case, why don't you just play like an RPG, like Dragon Age or something, where you're only controlling one person?
Because it's free.
It's not a Facebook game, is it?
No, you download it.
Oh,
It's
so it is
free in quotation marks. I'm gonna put that because you spend as much money as you want to spend. Because a lot of people will spend much more on this game than any other game they will ever get, but you don't have to spend a dime.
So basically, if you want to spend money on it, you can screw over everybody else that's playing. But if you don't, then you're on an even playing field.
Actually, you can't really screw over people by using your money, although you can like level up quickly, but then you kind of screw yourself because then you're facing like guys who are really good at the game, who've been playing the entire time. Although except when you get in like a ranked match and then you're playing with guys who are really good and then, you know, they're like, why the hell are you sucking so bad? It's like, oh, because I bought these experience boosts.
Yeah.
Now I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, that they're going to make Star Wars The Old Republic free to play.
I've heard that as well. But I still don't care because it's not on console, so screw them.
Why do you
Okay, so we got...
They rumored it
two
to be on
turns.
console a long time ago.
Oh, wait, hold on.
And it
What,
never
Ryan?
happened. So I'm like, damn.
I got 2 terms for you guys.
Oh,
So first one, you guys can guess at this one.
okay.
High-low erection.
Uncontrollable
What is it?
erection?
Huh?
Uncontrollable erection?
That's Chad's guess. What is it? What does everyone else think?
What's the word again?
High-low erection. No looking it up on your computer.
Oh my god, I don't know.
Whatever it is, it's dirty.
I got beer. Sorry. When I get drunk, when I drink enough, I start calling beer burr. It's the way me and my drunk friends.
No, it's because
and
it's
by
easier
drunk,
to say.
I mean,
Burr's easier
It
to
is.
say.
burr is easier to say, but we
Erection
give a
of
name to
hairs
everything.
Of the skin
what?
in response to cold environment. Emotional stimulus, irritation of the skin.
So you're basically
What?
saying a cold boner.
Cold boner. What the hell did I walk into? Cold boner. What the hell?
He's spouting science terms.
What
I
the
have no
fuck?
idea.
You know what? I swear, when we get an
Erection
office,
of the hairs of the skin.
Wait, what?
when we get an office, we're gonna have to have beer on demand while we're recording podcasts, just so I don't have to leave the room to grab one. Because seriously, this is just making me so lost in the conversation.
And the second term, teachable moment, exactly as it sounds. The time after an injury has occurred when the patient and observers remain acutely aware of what has happened and may be more receptive to being taught ways that the event or illness could have been prevented.
AKA, you're a dumbass, and you shouldn't do that again. Well, duh, I knew
What did
that!
you learn?
Yeah, exactly. That's, yeah. Your science terms are so educational.
I know.
Priapism.
Yeah. Reminds me of that poor guy on the motorcycle. Anyway.
Does anybody remember those Legos that was like, it was before Bionicle, but it was not normal Legos?
Blocko.
No. It worked the same way as some of the Bionicle pieces. You know, with the square, or like, not the square, the plus signs and the circular thingies.
I think I might know what you're talking about, but I just don't remember what it's called.
Technic. Except with...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just built a little rolly car thing with suspension with Technic that I have laying around.
You mean the tech decks? Like the little
skateboard
skateboard things?
I'm talking about Lego. I'm talking about, like, it's the next level of Lego. Or at least that's...
No. Technic, like
popular.
that's not a next level to go.
Yeah, it is, because you...
Bullshit.
Well, it's not so much next level, it's just different. Because Lego is, like, very simple, and it's always pretty much the same. With Technic, it's, like, different, because it's, like, all snaps together, and it's got, like, these plus sign things that shove into holes, and blah, blah, blah.
You love shoving stuff in the holes.
Huh?
I said, you love shoving stuff in holes.
Oh, baby.
It's
Those
true.
holes, I love them.
It's true, he does.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, baby. Yeah. Me and you.
No.
Bedroom at RTX.
No.
Definitely.
No.
I know. They're double bedrooms, you know. Just saying, there's 2 beds per room. Come on, baby. What's up, Shawn? Are you offering me and you bedroom RTX? Yeah. All right, let's do it. Apparently, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this today. Am I? Our plan for RTX for next year?
What about RTX
does not involve any.
No, but do you remember what we were talking about for RTX next year? A certain place that we would stay at.
Oh yeah.
Can I talk about that?
Go right ahead.
All right. So Jay and I were talking about this thing essentially. What's the name of the website again?
HomeAway.com.
Yeah, HomeAway.com. Where you can, just like the RT guy I wanted to do for Las Vegas, we wanted to think about renting a room, essentially a house, just for the BrunoBlargg crew to stay at during RTX, and we could throw a party at the house and, you know, enjoy ourselves the full. It's essentially a house with, I think, 5 or 4 bedrooms that we would have, depending on how many of us would actually end up staying during RTX. So we were going to get ourselves a house all to ourselves with a backyard and a pool and everything, and like a home entertainment system and internet and all that stuff, just for the awesomeness of it. And I really wanted to do this. It sounds freaking awesome.
It also depends on who actually goes and how long actually staying. Because basically what HomeAway.com is, it's basically, you know, for people going on vacation for like a week, and instead of sitting in a fucking hotel, they have a house. Of course, everything's included except, of course, groceries and shit. But you can, like, rent the house for the week or by the day or whatever. And these are, like, you know, I forget how much it was. But, I mean, it's not till next year.
I think they're like $1,700.
Yeah, something like that.
I would definitely look forward to doing that.
Yeah, you know, that way, you know, it's not a hotel, because I'm going to tell you right now, the hotels at RTX were fucking expensive. It was like $300 a night, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was like $170 a night.
I forget what it was, but
last year they had a rate, so
yeah.
Okay.
But you know, the only thing is, you know, the houses that they have available for rent in Austin, you know, you maybe have a 10-minute drive to downtown, which, you know, big deal, you know, but fact being, we'll be able to go to a house, you know, where we could kick back and relax, whatever, and we could have a party if we wanted to.
Well, I
would love a party.
Nick, though.
Party sound awesome.
Because if I'm coming, I'm probably bringing him.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy, though. You'll like him.
No, it's just, you know, of course we have to be responsible, of course.
Of
and,
course,
you know,
we would
not let
have
the
to
house
fill
get
out all the
fucking
rooms.
trashed.
We would also have to have all the rooms filled out, because otherwise it would be an enormous cost to all of us.
Yeah. Well, I saw houses for like, there's like houses with 3 bedrooms. There's houses. Was there one, Mac, that was like 5 bedrooms?
Yeah, there was one. It didn't have a pool, but it had a backyard.
Yeah. Well, that was a condo. That was condo.
We want a pool. We
Full
want a pool.
wireless internet access for the week, and it was like, that was the condo, which we want. But the one with the pool was not that far from downtown, but it was like the mansion, which is essentially like what, $5,000 for the week?
No, it was
which
less
is
than
a hard
that.
amount. Yeah, we could afford that unless less than 5,000.
The one with the pool was the mansion, and that was like but it was like a 20-minute drive to downtown, I think.
What I don't know if we could do unless you wanted to drive us every day, Jay. But it also gave us a boat.
You know, it was in the Ooh La La neighborhood, I guess, of Austin. So,
Yeah, and it also gave us a boat, which is retarded because we don't need a boat. And
not just
I'm on a boat and I'm spending cash.
Yeah, we got a pool and we got a boat. On the harbor, we got a pool and a boat on the harbor. Too much because we don't need both. We just need one. We just need the pool.
We would seriously have no idea what to do with any of that.
You know what? We could make our hangout for RTX a side quest.
That's a good idea.
We could essentially make it like after party. We could make every night an after party at our house. Like, oh, everybody, it's a BrunoBlargg. It's the BrunoBlargg after party at this place. Everybody go there. Like, you don't want to go home and sleep yet? Come to BrunoBlargg's place. Let's party it out.
I mean, I'll research it and see, and then we'll discuss it as a whole.
We need to seriously.
Well, yeah, this is a year off plans kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you know what? I make plans a year ahead just because it's easier to have all the details ahead of time. Plus, you get discounts when you book things earlier on than when you book them on like right before. Because it might be $3,000 now, but if we booked the week before, it'd probably be like $7,000 to $8,000.
Also, there's who's going to commit to going to RTX next year, type of thing. Yeah. And
democracy.
Hold on. I don't feel that irritate Mac. Ready?
Go for it. Are you fucking kidding me? You're seriously doing that right now?
Oh, yeah.
God damn it, Jay. Seriously?
What's he doing?
I have this little can of the spray air to like dust your keyboard off.
Yeah.
And sometimes I talk to Matt on Skype, and we'll just kind of be talking. I'll just kind of pick the can up and dust my keyboard off. And he's like, "What the fuck is that?"
Where's my ears? That's not cool. That's just taking a personal attack at me. The fuck?
Let's see.
Just don't you dare. Fucking Jay, if you do that, I swear to God, I will be pissed at you, and I will screw you over when something else comes along.
Okay,
I swear to God.
All right. Has anybody here seen the new Spider-Man? Because I know I haven't.
No, I haven't seen it either.
Yes.
Am I the only person that's seen it?
Would you say what would you say in relation to comics? Would you say accurate? Not accurate?
In relation to what?
Comics. Or at least the 90s animated show or whatever.
I did not follow the comics, but other people said that if you followed the Amazing Spider-Man comic, that specific comic book strand, then it stuck pretty close.
Yeah, it's good for the Amazing the Amazing Spider-Man comic, but it's not good for the 90s comic, the 90s Spider-Man animation adaptation.
Although I am glad that they made the first villain as the Lizard because
Dr. Morpheus or
Doc Connors.
Dr. Connors, which became Lizard Man. But he was originally the first villain, so I don't find that as too offhand.
I'm just glad that they did it because the last time they did it, it was the Green Goblin who wasn't an early villain in any of the comic strands that I can recall. And it just kind of was off left field. I'm like, why is the Green Goblin the first villain? It just didn't make any sense to me. And they didn't even mention neogenics or any of the other versions of the origin of the Spider-Man thing. They just said, oh yeah, he's a special spider, whatever. It was just kind of happened.
This movie was a lot better than the others. I like the Amazing Spider-Man more than the other three that were previously made.
Awesome. It just seems strange to me that he happened to have the exact same voice as the last guy. He has the same voice as Tobey Maguire. It's really awkward.
Well, there's minor details that they put in there and took out. One of the details that they put was, he's got the web cartridges.
Yeah.
So, he doesn't, shoot them out of his veins anymore. They're actually, cartridges.
Even though those round disc version of the web shooters looks stupid. Looks bad, though. And he has, like, the way they did the shoes on his feet, on his suit and stuff like that, like, that is kind of iffy for me, but, I mean, gotta get with the times, I suppose.
But, yeah, so they did that. They took out a lot of, like, the, just the weird dumb crap. Like, I don't know, like, I felt like the others had just weird, senseless storylines, but they did focus a little too much on his relationship with Emma Stone's character.
Gwen. Which is Gwen Stacy, which made no sense because originally in the comic book they were childhood friends. And
I know, it didn't make sense to me either.
Until later on. It made no sense, like...
Yeah, they didn't get into a relationship until way
together.
Later. Like, they didn't get into a relationship until after the whole Mary Jane thing.
Actually, they didn't get into a relationship after the whole, Venom series.
Yeah.
That's when they developed...
Yeah, I mean, look at it this way.
They spent a little too much on that relationship for that part of the movie.
Yeah,
but at least it was more of like a painful thing because he couldn't quite be with her towards the end. They like drew out the ending like that.
During the end, it was more like it was more accepted as opposed to when he was trying to hide it from her father, and then he revealed it to her father, and then her father died. It's like, sorry, I'm being spoiler, but it's like, what the fuck is this bullshit? That made no sense to the actual series as opposed to the movie, which was like, it was okay as a narrative storyline, but it made no fucking sense as opposed to the actual storyline, how it went. It was like, it rebooted, but it was stupid.
Did Gwen even wear glasses in the movie?
No, she didn't, but she was supposed to.
I know.
Because Gwen
Stacy would never not wear glasses. She was the nerdy lab assistant friend.
Every now and then she did wear glasses, but for the majority she did not wear glasses.
Yeah.
Which made no sense to me.
So, like, at least, well, look at it this way. At least it wasn't as bad as X-Men First Class.
Yeah.
Actually, that was not as bad as that. I have to say, First Class was better than that. You know what? I saw a lot better.
First Class was...
I saw a lot of things that I did not see through the movies that I saw in that movie. And so, sorry, I didn't see a lot in the comics that I did see in the movies, so it worked better for me.
For me, the X-Men First Class, so many things wrong with it. So many.
You know what?
Worse than that? Like they had Alex Summers before Scott Summers. How
you know what? Found worse than that? Fuck that shit, dude. The Dark Knight. That's all I have to say. That is probably the worst adaptation of a superhero movie that I've ever seen.
Which one?
Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight. Yes.
I thought that movie was phenomenal.
The Dark Knight, if you don't think about it in relation to Batman in general, like if you just watch it as an individual movie, if you watch it as an individual movie, it's really good. But
sorry, I thought Batman
you have to block out the fact that it's Batman.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not think a Batman movie was about Batman the whole way through. I must have been watching it wrong. How dare I?
That's the problem with it, though. You can't.
That I'm watching it like a Batman movie? Because it is a Batman movie.
I know, it's bad. You realize the next one's going to be worse, right?
It is, because they're going to reformat it so that they can make a Justice League movie.
And did you see the trailer for the new Batman movie? The only thing that Christian Bale says is in the stupid death metal voice that everyone hated.
Is it the same voice that they've done for all fucking Batman movies so far?
I'm talking about, the death metal voice in the interrogation room that Christian Bale did as Batman. How he, screwed up his whole voice and made it sound epic.
I haven't watched any of that bullshit because I didn't want to ruin my idea of Batman.
Anyway, he does, this... Actually, Batman Begins was good. I'll admit that movie was good.
I did watch Batman Begins.
I liked that.
That's when I stopped. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to like the rest of this. I don't want to ruin my perception of Batman. Stop.
That's the thing. They should have just stopped at the first movie. Because
They really should have.
was really good. I mean, they had Liam Neeson, they had Morgan Freeman, and Christian Bale didn't do a stupid voice when he was Batman. I mean,
I agree with you.
Was good
right now. It did. It was awesome. A lot of people friggin' contradicted that and said that it was horrible, and then the rest of the movies were good. You know what? You don't know what a good movie is. Fuck you, asshole.
It's like, yeah, you're the kind of people that like Twilight. If you like later ones instead of the first ones. Or instead of the first movie. Yeah. And I know I've brought this up before in like earlier podcasts a lot, but Anne Hathaway, Catwoman.
No.
Oh my god.
I said the same thing about Heath Ledger and the Joker.
It's horrible.
He gave the best performance ever.
But that's what you think, because everybody else thinks that.
The problem is he wasn't the Joker. He was just doing his own villain. He wasn't doing the Joker.
He was always the Joker.
The Joker is a very distinct character. He didn't do the Joker at all. It was something entirely different.
Do you even know what the Joker is? Please tell me. What is the Joker?
The mentally deranged psychopath?
Be more specific.
No.
No, because you don't fucking know who the Joker is.
Can't be more specific than that.
Every fucking villain that exists is a psychopathic maniac. Be more specific. What is the Joker?
No, he is the only psychopathic maniac.
Every single one of those is a psychopathic maniac.
Single villain.
But the Joker is specifically a psychopathic maniac that tries to kill the Batman and not even tries to kill the Batman, but tries to draw the attention of the Batman as a person.
Everything
and tries to continuously become obsessed with him as a person. And that's what the Joker is. You can't say that he's a psychopathic maniac and end it at that. He's specific, like he wants the Batman to pay attention to him as a person.
And he has a certain kind of personality where he's fairly clown-like, but he's more sinister. He still has that sense of humor and silliness, but he's still scary.
You're trying to generalize him, but he's not generalized.
And everything you just said is the exact performance of Heath Ledger in Batman: The Dark Knight, right?
It's specific.
Huh?
He's generalized as opposed to specific. We're talking about specifics. He just generalized it, and that kind of fit what the Joker is, but not specifically. Because the Joker is obsessed with Batman. Because Batman is the only person that's ever shown him a challenge as a person, or even gave him recognition. That's why he's obsessed with the Batman. That's the Joker.
And you didn't get that from the last movie.
No, I didn't. I didn't fucking get that from the last movie or any movie.
Rewatch the last movie, you stupid fuck.
I'd still be disappointed and fucking embarrassed by that disappointment of a performance. Thank you very much.
You gotta realize, Heath Ledger did a very good job, but he didn't do a good job at doing the Joker. That's the problem. He did a good job as being a really good villain in a movie, but he didn't do the Joker. The Joker is supposed to be funny and still scary. Heath Ledger was just scary. That's the problem.
Jay, what is your idea on this? Give us your opinion. Jay.
Do you really want it?
Yes.
Honestly, I'm giving you the warning label.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Go.
Ready?
Okay.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you do. In the last podcast when we talked about this, you agreed with me completely. You were like, yeah, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. You were in the conversation, and now you're like, I don't want to because there's someone that doesn't agree.
You really want to know why I don't give a fuck? Do you really want to know why? Because I'm on my period and crabby. That's why I don't give a fuck right now.
Awesome.
Silence.
Anyway.
Yeah. But Anne Hathaway is Catwoman? No.
And Ryan, please admit they screwed up Two-Face. You gotta at
Tommy
least...
Lee Jones version?
No, not the Tommy Lee Jones version. I'm talking about the one in The Dark Knight.
Well, Tommy Lee Jones' version was even more screwed up.
Well, the Tommy Lee Jones version, they just made him a villain. But at least they didn't screw with the origin.
Well, yeah, okay. That I'll give you. But I totally think Heath Ledger nailed the Joker.
Thing is, you read the comics, you read the comics, you watch any of the previous series, you do anything that was before it, the closest you will come to Heath Ledger's Joker was, what's his name, damn it?
Jack Nicholson?
Jack Nicholson is the closest thing to Heath Ledger's Joker you will ever find. Everything else is pretty much purely depicted by Mark Hamill's performances with voice with the animated series Joker, because that, if you compare that with the comics, it's almost exact. It was like a perfect animated or live version of what the comics try to show the Joker as being. And Jack Nicholson was about as close to what Heath Ledger's version is as you can get, but he still had more of a sense of humor, and he was still more obsessed with Batman. Like, he would go out of his way to taunt Batman specifically. And that's one part of the Joker that is distinct, is he goes out of his way to taunt Batman specifically. As opposed to just causing mayhem and drawing attention to himself. Generally, he wants to draw attention to himself and more specifically taunting Batman. And he's also supposed to have a lot more of a sense of humor. Because Heath Ledger cracked maybe 2 or 3 jokes. Maybe.
Are we still on this? God damn.
You left again, didn't you?
I did the beer.
Anyway.
Sorry, but still, this is... How long have I been away for like 10 minutes and you guys are still talking about this shit? I thought we agreed to move away from this.
I just kind of rant. No, we agreed to move away from the racist, and then we talked about this. So we get...
Yeah, let's move away from the Dark Knight,
because
you know what? I don't like the Dark Knight anyways.
And I'm not gonna do any convincing with Ryan, because Heath Ledger got an Academy Award, and he can't be wrong if he got an Academy Award.
No, he didn't. Fuck him. He can still be wrong. He's still a dumbass.
I know.
Who cares?
Anyway.
Wow.
If I remember it, our department made the Sawsome Award, so we can take it away. So part of our division is so screwed.
I'm talking about the Academy Award. He got
what Academy?
Heath
Ledger,
a posthumous.
Yeah, he did get
He
did get the Oscar for his portrayal of Joker.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not going to take away from his acting. His acting was amazing. The problem is, I don't blame Heath Ledger that much. I blame the writers.
Honestly, it's the director that made him the way he is.
Yeah.
Because if you don't agree with the director, it doesn't work that way. Because he won't put what you are on the screen unless you go to his vision. And I'm saying this with quotations, vision. Because, fuck it, it's the director that really chooses what goes on screen and what doesn't go on screen, so.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I blame the writers and the director, and yeah, I don't blame Heath Ledger so much, because he was just doing what he was told to do as well as he could do it.
Exactly.
And going by that, he did an incredible job. But I blame everybody else for screwing up the character itself. It shouldn't have been, as far as I'm concerned, it shouldn't have been called Joker. It should be called something else. If it would have been called something else, it would have been great. I would have been totally cool with it.
Probably.
The problem is all the past media and content and various other things that contradict it.
I would have been fine if they continued with the Scarecrow character and kept that kind of attitude with it. It would have been actually better. Because they went inconsistent with every single movie. They went from the Joker, from the original list was Batman Begins from the Scarecrow to the Joker and on. So it would have been fine if they tried to at least keep one villain in there instead of changing it every single friggin' time.
Well, that's the thing, is they're trying to get... That's the whole point of profitability, is they're trying to keep it as new as they can every time.
Oh,
so they're
that.
they're bringing in new villains every time. I mean, that's why, the Spider-Man movies were ridiculously profitable. I didn't like the third one, but they made tons of money. And the thing is they brought in new villains every time.
Second one.
The problem is they brought in new villains every time, and everybody's following that template now.
Nobody should follow that template.
I know.
You know, they only did that because the first two were successful. Because the first one was the Hobgoblin, the second one was Dr. Octopus. You know what? Those followed a proper storyline, and then the third one was kind of offset by the the Green Goblin, which was the Hobgoblin's son, and then they also added in...
got it backwards.
Friggin' Venom.
Hobgoblin wasn't even related to Norman Osborn. They screwed that up.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They screwed that up because they made the Hobgoblin related to the Green Goblin. And then they also added Venom and what was the other?
And Sandman of all characters.
That third one, and then they also put like a bunch of other villains. They try to relate them together. Yeah, they try to relate them all into one fucking movie, and that's what ruined it.
And what's funny is they cut it out, but they were actually...
They tried to put too many characters in something, and then they...
You know what? All that stuff would have been okay.
Put in the quotation mark, which is sarcasm.
The thing is, all that stuff would have been okay if it wasn't for emo Peter Parker.
Yeah.
That killed the movie.
I'm surprised.
All the other stuff is tolerable, but that killed the movie.
That killed the movie, and then they tried to overdo it on top of that.
It's like, dude, the symbiote makes him aggressive and angry and, honestly manlier.
Honestly, he did, because even in the cartoon, they made him a lot more slick, but it was more like he could control the way the symbiote made it.
Yeah.
As opposed to the movie where he was more controlled by the symbiote.
And more importantly, in the animated series, he was more slick, but he was also more confident and more aggressive. More manlier and bigger, as opposed to looking like a wimp.
Which he did.
Yeah.
In the movie, which is fucking hilarious.
That's the thing, is like the Peter Parker in the animated series, which is a pretty good portrayal, it went from him being, just casual, wearing whatever, to wearing like a really nice suit and looking like big and manly and stuff. It was like, hey baby, what's up? As opposed to looking like a complete idiot.
Looking like a hipster and a douchebag.
Yeah. Anyway. We need to end this.
We probably do, because it's it's late at night right now.
So,
and we really need to go to our own personal conversations after this, so if we can end this, that'd be great.
Well, I mean, I can end at any time.
So end it whenever you want, because really, Jay was talking about a second thing that she wanted to talk about that had nothing to do with the podcast afterwards. And it's like one...